Where are they? Tell me.
Captain's log, Stardate 60523.8. We've returned to the planet Trill to investigate the disappearance of the hyperdimensional scientist Tesla Moore. A disappearance I feel a great deal of responsibility for.
As you suggested, we tracked down Moore's supervisor, Mariah Vox. We found her, dead.
There appears to be something stuck in her skull.
We first thought she'd been beaten to death with it, but now it appears to be a surgically implanted cerebral override device. People are working on it, but the technology is nothing we've ever seen before. We believe it was the cause of death. We're still collecting evidence, but it appears to have been used remotely. Her quarters were sealed.
Thank you, Ensign. If you have no further leads.
Not at this time. We'll keep you informed.
No leads? Captain, we have to assume that whatever radical anti-reassociation faction kidnapped Tesla, they may have also penetrated our people on Trill.
Dr. Moore wasn't taken by a group from Trill.
Captain, this is just the kind of thing some of the more conservative elements of our society...
Is it? No media attention? No ultimatum? Not what you'd expect from a group trying to push a political agenda. Faisal, take us back to the Briar Patch, warp speed. And I want no broadcast to DS-12 or any other Starfleet outpost. Run silent.
Aye, sir.
Lieutenant, I owe you an apology. On our last mission here, I suggested that we could protect Dr. Moore. I thought, as you did, that the greatest threat to her after our confrontation with the Symbiosis Commission was Vox or some other ultra-conservative group on Trill. I was wrong. I only hope that the doctor doesn't pay for my error with her life.
Good morning, I think.
What are you supposed to be?
Your cellmate. Play nice.
What's that noise? Are there rats in here?
Don't start it with that rodent stuff.
Look, smartass, I'll start with whatever the hell I want. Give me any... What is that?
It tricked one of our guards into getting me a space heater. It gets pretty cold in here. Give me a day, this thing will send a half-ton Centaurian rhino into seizures. Peace. Shreya Knapp, former college student. Currently prisoner. So long. Currently still in young adult. I like your eyebrows.
It's just a thing.
It works for you. Tell me what else you're good at.
I beat the crap out of 5 guys who came up behind me in the dark.
Yeah, I think we can work together.
I'm requesting a transfer to convoy duty.
Lieutenant, are you dissatisfied with your current assignment?
I am. The Excelsior has been in the Baku system for almost 2 weeks now. Other crews are out there doing their jobs, risking their lives, dying.
Elizabeth. No. That would be all then, Lieutenant.
Permission to speak freely.
Denied.
Captain, please.
I have lost my first officer to another ship, my CMO and my counselor to some teenage melodrama, and I'm breaking in a new chief engineer. If you have a pressing need to be a hero, then clean up the security incident logs. Be my hero. Please excuse us, Lieutenant. Elizabeth, when was the last time you slept? I had my full 6 hours last night, Admiral. Elizabeth, you're not sleeping. And according to your first officer, you're not eating. I have a mission for Excelsior. You're to meet the Klingon, Romulan, and Cardassian representatives at Starbase 621. Why can't they come here? We're taking the lead on the patch defense strategy. That may not be the case any longer. Is my leadership being called into question? Starfleet Command is concerned that you may not have the support system in place to be effective in this position. Our allies have expressed that concern as well. Elizabeth, we cannot afford to have our leadership status taken away from us. That would leave us cut out of the process and make our position more precarious. You think I don't grasp that, Admiral? I think you can change their minds. But you need rest. You need to have a clear head. I want you to see a doctor, a counselor, and the inside of your quarters. With sheets pulled up to your chin and lights out. And not particularly in this order.
Overhauling the nacelle coils like this could take a whole month, Commander.
Corey, it was just a suggestion. You could always come up.
And another thing. No more unannounced visits to see how we're all doing.
I was just coming by
You
to...
spend the whole day here, disrupting my crew, undermining my authority.
I wasn't trying to
People need stability to do their best work. When they don't get it, things fall apart.
I thought you and Jorian...
My personal life is not affecting my job. So I thought things were better. That Jorian and I had made it through our problems.
And?
He left. He met someone during his mission on Trill.
A new someone?
An old someone.
Oh.
Well, I guess she wasn't old.
She? Corey, I'm sorry I've been such a nuisance.
You really don't have to.
It's just been really hard to leave something that's been so good for so long. I'm sure I have a law somewhere about cutting the cord and knowing when to cash in your chips. I guess it's time. For me.
Commander, I don't think I'm there yet. Coming or going? Too much blood wine?
I don't think Klingons do anything without too much blood wine.
You want to get something? I've eaten by that. How about 10 forward?
Lights in there might be a little too bright for me right now, Corey.
The Arboretum's nice. We could, catch up.
I'd like that.
So, Klingon.
Don't you start too.
Nothing wrong with Klingons. I just never thought you liked it rough.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
I think I made a mistake.
With the Klingon?
His name is Nejda.
I'm sorry. Nejda. I should have asked.
When I was with Avis, I liked her well enough. You know, we got along. But I never really felt anything for her. I thought, I don't know. I thought it was, you know, a sexual thing. So
the Klingon, Nejda.
I have feelings for Nejda, Corey, I do. They're just not the feelings I thought I should have. You know, I thought...
You thought things would be different.
I thought they'd be special. Like what you and Jorian have. I didn't mean that. I thought you two...
I thought so too. But we haven't worked it out. Jorian's met someone.
He's having an affair?
Not a sexual one. Not yet. I don't know, maybe I'm overreacting.
Overreacting? To what? To him dating someone else?
This is someone from one of Dow's past lives. Someone that he was really close to. And Jorian's having a hard time with it. She's been abducted. She could be hurt. I should be more supportive.
More supportive? To him revisiting his past? What about you? What do you want?
I don't know anymore.
Matthew told me something before I started with Nejda. He said that you and I have been dancing around with each other for a while.
Yeah, I guess so.
But are we ready to dance together? Jordan will come back to you, and Nejda wears his feelings on his sleeve. Are we ready to hurt them? For what? The Arboretum's romantic, and I've had too much blood wine?
This isn't working out the way I thought it would.
You thought, after the Klingon, a little romance, a little mood lighting?
I thought we'd be back in my quarters right now.
Would you like to go back to your quarters?
Jorian will be back. I have to give him a chance.
Mr. Palis, when we do find Treya, I have one word for you. Deodorant. And if the container says one application, do two. Trust me. You too, Ian. And if we ever have to do this again...
I'm getting a starship with a stateroom. I don't care what it costs.
I was going to settle for a head that wasn't unisex, but if you're offering me a stateroom...
I think we have enough power saved up. I'll go replicate us some drinks.
This is starting to smell like a wild goose chase, sir.
Do you think the boy is playing us?
If he is, he's very good. No. If there is a way through this thing, I can't see it.
What are you saying?
That we can't reach Treya equipped as we are. We should turn back.
Turn back? We can't abandon Treya. It's like you're saying she's already dead. We have to keep trying.
I'm not saying that, kid.
But it is. We've been around here for days. She could be just out of our reach.
Then we need to extend our reach, and we can't do that in this shuttle. This is your gig, Ian.
Get us out of here, Jenna. We'll try something else.
To death! To honor! To fallen comrades! To battle! To mow! We sing! Es un tave deja i, es un son ascoltas fradavi, es un zanda bus bad bus, the senate Matthew, come, let us celebrate the honorable deaths of our comrades, as they should be celebrated.
I came here to drink, Nevin. Alone. You and your boy toy want to sing and dance because people are dying down there? Go do it somewhere else.
Matt, don't...
You're what, Nevin? You're sorry? We're all sorry. Being sorry doesn't bring those people down there back. Doesn't matter how sorry you and I are. Right, Satal? Barrett didn't come back, and I was very sorry. So I guess that proves that, doesn't it?
Come, Nevin. We all experience pain differently. Sometimes inappropriately.
Yeah. Like singing and dancing, and who knows what else you guys have planned later.
Matt! We say things we regret when we are in pain. Come, we leave for Starbase 6 to 1 in the morning. Let us honor those who cannot follow. Each in our own way.
You have something to add to this?
Andrew is not dead. You need not grieve him.
You've let the mind powers tell you this?
They do.
Andy's dead. You need to get over it and move on.
As you have moved on.
Faisal, I want you to open a current that exists at this location.
Starfleet charts show no such current, sir.
It's there, Commander. And when it terminates, contact me in the ready room. Lieutenant Zen, could you join me, please?
When it terminates?
Since Dr. Moore's abduction, I've been developing a theory. I have very little evidence, though.
What is your theory, Captain?
That Surak is responsible.
What purpose would kidnapping Tesla serve?
Tesla's just the latest example. I don't know his final goal, but the evidence is compelling.
So you're saying Trey's abduction, Henglar's niece running away, and my experiences on Trill are all connected?
I am, if you look at the results.
I can understand how the loss of Nap in our campaign against the Tholians would benefit Surak, but Henglar? Myself?
Why did we come to Trill? To uncover the true purpose of the tetrahedrons. Vital information to Surak if he ever intends to access and control the systems of the Great Dyson Sphere.
That information would be useless to him without
An integrated understanding of hyperdimensional physics. Yes.
Tesla is a brilliant researcher, but very few people have that kind of knowledge.
I'm sure that she would never share this information with Surak, knowing that his purpose would be nefarious at best.
You mentioned that metal object.
That's an implant.
I don't recognize its construction.
I do. As soon as I saw it, I knew we weren't dealing with anyone on Trill or anyone else outside the patch.
What is it?
It's silicoid-based. Possibly an early gray device, possibly older. When implanted, it can be accessed, downloaded, and programmed. Depending on the talent and depravity of its user, you can literally get someone to do whatever you desire.
And you believe Surak will use this device on Moore?
No. I believe Surak intends to use this device on you.
We of the Romulan Star Empire are beginning to see a pattern. The Federation begins a conflict. The Federation and her Klingon allies falter. The Federation asks us for assistance. The Romulan Star Empire begins to take on duties and tasks that are too dangerous for the Federation or Klingons to stomach.
Romulan arrogance clogs our air and slows our progress. But we of the Klingon High Command are forced to agree with them in part. The Federation strategy in the region is a failure.
Do you have a better plan, General?
We have a solid proposal on the table. An armada of cloaked Romulan and Klingon vessels could...
Clearly, exploring the Briar Patch current should be our primary goal. The Tholian tactic succeeds because they have superior knowledge of the currents.
Tholian tactic succeeds because the Federation does not better defend her convoys.
The Tholians are not going to attack a well-defended convoy. They know we have more trade routes in the patch than we do starships.
Why the Federation has colonies in a war zone is a question they must answer if they expect the Romulans to risk their lives to defend them. Perhaps there's a secret. Military importance.
Some of your own ships have used these colonies as way stations in the past.
Perhaps it would be better if the lower officers kept their opinions to themselves. Whatever elevation has seen Captain Shelby put in charge of this campaign, it is clearly beyond her abilities.
Let us not forget who left the field at Trenlaw.
Your strategy is sound, Captain. My people are cowards, and without honor for allowing the Romulans to goad them into rejecting it. Do not despair. I will do everything in my power to remind them of what it means to be a Klingon warrior.
You have a new guest, little mouse. Enough with your stupid pet names. You did that on purpose, cow! Oh, well, now look who's using names, Patras. You are so much more sophisticated than moi.
Be careful, pig girl. There's nothing colder than space.
I want to kick her ass. You'll get your chance, my friend.
At least we know the girls are alive.
That lot of good we're doing them in here. We're meat for the cooking is what we are. Little disfigurement here, little dismemberment here.
Hanglar.
I just wanted you prepared for what they're going to do to us, to break you.
No, you're morbid, and you like dwelling on the negatives in life.
That too.
And I love you.
In spite of that.
I love you.
I love you. I just wish it hadn't taken me so long to admit it. We would have had time.
We have time now. And we'll have time later. I still have a few more surprises.
Are they as effective as the batch we used on Bovina?
All alone up here?
Admiral, welcome aboard.
Yes, I asked them not to notify you. I thought I might surprise you.
I'm surprised.
My grandmother used to sit the night watch a lot. Nana Janice. This was back in the days when they used to shoehorn as many folks as they could into those ships. She said, night watch on the bridge, especially on those 5-year missions, was the most alone a person could feel in life. And that it was both good and bad. She also used to say, it wasn't for everybody. Risk was their business. And for some, maybe it shouldn't have been.
Is there something that you're trying to say, Admiral?
If you can't handle this, there's no crime in that. But if you can't handle this and still try to hang on, hold a command that's over your head, you put us all at risk.
Risk is our business.
Not the stupid kind. You have tonight, tomorrow, 1,200 hours. We'll try this again. If you have a plan, convince them. If you do, you're in. If you don't,
Shelby to Leffler. Robin, I need a command officer on the bridge immediately.
All right, Captain. I'll get someone up there right away.
What do you want? On the contrary, I thought your terrorist tactics have been quite successful. Well then, perhaps it is time you declare a peace with honor, and call your little foray into Federation space a victory. Our association is at an end.
What have you done?
I have moved our plan forward. The Tholians are at the end of their usefulness.
How will we rule without the Tholian and Breen governments to execute our will?
Verena, my pet, there are wonders unimaginable in the Grey Dyson Sphere. Technology that will render the Federation, the Klingons, and every other power in the galaxy impotent. And I'm so glad you were here to see it. It saves me the trouble of explaining it later.
And the others?
Only you. You've always been my most faithful partner. It is for you that this knowledge should be reserved.
Andrew is alive.
What would your teachers back on Vulcan say about you letting emotion cloud your logic?
My logic is clear.
You had sex with a human and now you think you share some special connection with them the rest of us lack. But you don't, Satal. You don't have a damn thing. Andy told me you two had been intimate. He didn't give me details.
If you know of our relationship, then you must understand the connection we have.
Tetra bonding between humans and Vulcans is a myth.
Why would it be?
You're saying you're in contact with Andy?
Our subconscious...
In your dreams? You almost had me going there, Satal.
Our dreams are merely a different level of consciousness.
A level of consciousness not admissible in court, and it's not going to help.
He is in great pain and being made to do things. He has been used to penetrate the security of this ship.
I think I'd know if there was a security breach on the Excelsior. It's my job.
How well have you been doing your job since Andy was lost? You are my colleague. It is my duty to give you this information. If you do not act on it, I will notify your superior. Andrew is alive and being used against his will.
A little birdie told me you were under direct orders to get some sleep.
I've also been ordered to see a doctor and a counselor. Since it was vaguely worded, I've put off implementation until I die.
We keep working like this and we won't have long to wait. I wonder if I get promoted. And your seat does look a lot more comfortable than mine.
It is. Rank does have its privileges. But you wanted me to sleep.
It's drugged. I figured it was this or the hypo spray, and I always end up shooting myself with those things. So what am I supposed to be looking for?
Some way to triple our available forces, move them into the patch, while tricking the Tholians into a full-scale pitch battle that they can't win.
Easy. There's always a chance Neshtal will convince his superiors to accept your cloaking proposal. It's right up their alley. Long odds, glorious death.
It's not enough to get the Klingons. We need combined forces to make this work.
Well, there's nothing more to do here tonight. Why don't you sleep on it? Maybe you'll discover an ability to bend Romulans and Klingons to your will, developed overnight. Or we could just stand here and stare at the wall monitor some more.
Thanks, Robin. I could use the company.
I want something for this. A better seat on the bridge.
Nope.
You do more of the paperwork.
No.
Some time off if someone asks me to go away with him to a tropical paradise.
Like that'll ever happen.
Payless, I'm sorry, but it had to be done.
She's really and truly gone, Miss McFarland.
Honey, that was just Plan A. General consensus, Plan A stank. Where do you get a load of Plan B?
I don't understand my readings, Captain. It appears as though we can see the currents just by scanning the visual spectrum.
We can, but it doesn't do us any good. This was Surak's favorite spot when we discovered it. He was the only one that could navigate it safely to its system at its core.
Was that meant to inspire confidence in my abilities, Captain?
No offense intended, Commander, but I'll do the driving from here. Zen, can we track activities in this system?
Reading several decayed impulse wakes that aren't more than a few hours old.
Can we match our activities with our list of disappearances?
We know what's in there. Time's precious.
Would you like me to contact Deep Space 12 and apprise them of our situation?
We can't risk it. Surak could only have executed these abductions had he completely penetrated Starfleet security.
That's difficult to fathom, sir.
Not so hard to understand if you have Surak's resources.
Captain, the clock is ticking.
Well, get her back, Dorian. I just don't want you to do anything rash.
We may have different definitions of rash.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. Take a seat. Don't get too comfortable.